Tonight I roasted a pigeon, which I've been trying to do for a while, and it's definitely not the answer to your question. It was like quite challenging to eat. Yeah, ma'am. We got the same composer for Please Like Me, and everything's gonna be okay at my live show, Whoopsie Daisy. I've been watching is this show called The Repair Shop, where like cute British people repair cute British heirlooms. And there's this hot boy called Will, and I have this crush on him. Quarantine makes me like fall in love so easy. Basically, what happens on The Repair Shop is someone brings in they'll bring a clock, and they'll be like, my blind dad made this clock, and then when he died it stopped chiming 40 years ago, and then they fix it, and then the person hears the clock chime for the first time, and they're like, to think it's been sitting in the corner. Penis. Oh, that's hard actually, because there's so many good options. Americans have so many yummy snacks. I think, guns in my head, if I had to make a choice, I would say definitely your mum. Yeah, I have a few times actually in the edit suite, and I feel so embarrassed. Because I know it's a trick. I was there. I made the trick. And then sometimes it tricks me, and... oh, yeah. Yes, that's why, yeah. Well, John is he's actually from a pet store. And I got him when I was 19 from a pet store. And I went in and I picked him up. And I looked at him and I thought, I trust you. And he looked at me and he thought, I trust you too. I was absolutely going to call her Zap Zap. Zap Zap. Because I really liked the idea of John and Zap Zap. And then I met her and I realized that that's not nice. And that's not fair. So I didn't. I'm absolutely not scared that I'm going to love Billy more than John. I love John so much. He's the OG. He's looking at me. He hears his name. But I am worried that he's going to think that I love Bilby more because Bilby takes a lot of time because she's a puppy and John just sits. All of my things at the moment are just driven by me falling in love with different boys. And I fell in love pretty hard with Crystal Method. So Crystal Method. And I also really like... Heidi. Heidi in Closet. That is a dumb name. I think she's so sweet and funny, and I like her so much. And obviously the one everyone likes, Gigi Good, is good. But Crystal Method. I started gardening, and it involves digging holes, and I bloody love digging holes, man. And now that I've discovered how fun it is to just go outside and dig a hole, I love it. I got a lime bush, a yuzu bush, and a mulberry. The thing is, whenever I miss something from my past, I remember actually that thing doesn't exist anymore. Everything's moved on with time. Missing something from your past or missing an ex is missing something that actually doesn't exist anymore. It's like missing a ghost. Or I will get someone to spit in my mouth. Have you seen Cabaret? Cabaret's my favorite movie. Yeah, my friend's it on a date, man. She's going on a date with a guy, she backed the car out, and he, not a possum, but a mouse, and then they had to, hit the mouse again, and then try and have a good date. That's a real problem, actually, if you can't put it into words. I think, writing advice is hard, right? Because, you can't tell someone how to write. But sometimes I think helps people is think about who you're writing to. Think about your audience. And when you write it, feel like you're saying it to them. Because I think why I'm saying that is sometimes I think people try and write something that's, so good. How can I make this good? And then they get stuck. But actually you're talking to someone, and you know how to talk to people. You know how to send text messages. You know how to do that. So just think about how you would communicate it to someone. Well, I've been doing a lot of gardening. I really love digging holes. I don't know if we've covered this. I love digging holes. And the shovel tore all the skin on my thumb off. Great questions. My favorite dinosaur when I was a kid was a Brontosaurus, but then did they decide that the Brontosaurus doesn't exist? Because my favorite planet was absolutely Pluto, and they decided that doesn't exist, and I feel like neither exist anymore. So, don't trust me to bet on your dinosaur. I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know where. I'm not ever gonna be allowed. Oh my god, not really, but the thing where we have like a close like romantic connection, but he breaks up with me because he doesn't want to have sex with me, is based on a real guy. And the next time I saw that guy after he broke up with me, I had conjunctivitis. I have only ever been in open relationships. I've never been in a monogamous relationship, and my attitude on the topic is, I get it's not for everybody, but let's not pretend like monogamy is fun or good. Monogamy's silly. What I've been doing is I baked a pigeon, I got a puppy, and I've dug some holes. Hey. These options are like being forced to order off the McDonald's menu. I don't really want either of them, but it's 3 a.m. and this is all that's open. Kylie Minogue? Australia has less wealth inequality and is safer, which is something I didn't really appreciate when I was there. America is like much better at being supportive and optimistic and not worried about you doing better than them. John's favorite thing about Bilby is that now when we get up in the morning and I take them outside to pee, John gets a treat when he pees. John started peeing and looking over at me like, treat time. He's kind of realizing that he's been underselling his urine. I've never apologized to anyone in my life. I'm allergic to it, and sometimes I try and do it and it gets stuck here, and I'm one of my greatest flaws as a person. This jacket is made from a 1920s French mattress. I don't know. I did something, and then I did stand up about that thing, and then I did put it in the TV show, and I can't remember what's real. Honestly, I think it was an orange. Yeah. I think I thought we were playing, and then it was one of those things where I found out later that actually maybe we were having a real fight. Well, I'm messy. I'm not good at finishing tasks. I'm not very good at pretending to like someone's story if I think it's boring. And sometimes I think we're having a fun time, but actually somebody's got hurt feelings. I just don't get it, man. I don't get why to them it's normal to chop off a bit of a baby's penis. And if you're like, no, I don't think we'll chop off that bit of the baby's penis, they're like, what? You weirdo? Why would you chop off his dick? I gotta go now, because I've got my pigeon stock, and I've got to turn it into gravy. Someone asked me what plants I was planting, and I answered them, but I did that thing where I put the wrong question above my head, and actually I really want you to know what plants I'm planting, so before I go, I'm going to tell you. I'm planting a new lime tree, because my other lime tree is a sweet lime tree, which means it has no acid, which means it's disgusting. I've got a yuzu tree, can you believe it? Imagine if this yuzu tree works, and I have yuzus growing in my backyard. I'll be king of the fucking kids, man. And then I also planted a mulberry, or a blackberry, depending on where you're from, bush on the road, and when I planted, all these neighbors gathered, and I explained to them that I planted it because then when everyone goes for a walk, they can take a little mulberry on their walk and just take a little bite, and it's been huge. I mean, I've had a lot of people mention over the fence about this mulberry bush. Big hype about this mulberry bush on my street. And then I've otherwise been focused on planning things that will attract bees and hummingbirds and butterflies. I'm planting a lot of milkweed because milkweed brings in the monarch butterflies. The caterpillars grow in it. They make their chrysalis on it, and the monarch butterflies fly away. I'm gonna have so many fucking butterflies, man. Good night.